Oase, je hebt er misschien nog nooit van gehoord en toch is het een hele belangrijke speler in de buitensport. Het merk Outwell bijvoorbeeld, van het familiekamperen. En EasyCamp, ook een merk van Oase. En Robens, ze kochten het in het jaar 2000. De lichtgewicht tenten van Robens zijn inmiddels heel erg bekend geworden. Nou, en ze hebben voor dit jaar ook weer groot nieuws. En dat heeft iets met het tentdoek te maken. Dat in plaats van, nou, ik vertel het eigenlijk niet. Ik laat het over aan iemand anders. Søren, you are Director Research and Development at Robens.
That's correct, yeah.
Can you tell me something about the new material in the fly sheets?
Yeah, well, I would sure like to tell you something about the new fly sheet because that's actually the main feature of these tents. Of course, the style of the tent is new to us. It's a small compact tent where we extended the poles a bit in each sides. These normal small tents will normally be a bit crowded in each side, so we decided to lift it up a bit. But the main thing is actually, as you said, the material of the fabric. So what we've been working on for this season is something we call all-weather tension tents. And the way we discovered it was that we do a lot of wind tests also for the German outdoor magazine. So they'll come to us and they'll do a test of a lot of different brands, including our own. And what we saw each morning is that if it was wet, either to condensation or rain, all the tents were sacking. And we had to wait till they were dry to do the real test result. But in real life, most tents will be damp or wet in the morning anyway, and most of the wind will come at night. So we wanted to work on a material that would have a full tension no matter the weather. It's a high quality polyester that have the ability to be stretched even though it's wet. It's still very strong. It's stronger than any tent we ever had in tear strength.
Yeah.
But as I said, even though it gets wet, it still have a full tension, so also the wind stability in all weather will be much higher.
Yeah, okay.
So if you want to know about the small details as well, the guy lines are very low stretch.
Yeah.
We use some alloy buckles in each corner, so where you have the biggest stress points, you also make sure there's no sliding, even though you have a high wind.
Yeah.
There's a little locker on the zipper, so even though it blows up at night, or the zipper doesn't open and stuff like that.
And what's the tent material, or the fly sheet material called?
We call it Hydrotech SP, so siliconized polyester.
So that's something for people to remember if they go looking for a new Robens tent. Hydrotech SP.
For the SP, I think that's a very interesting concept that we use in the Scandinavia range.
Okay. Now I also had a look around the booth and I saw a new, now maybe it's not a new stove, but it's a stove that I don't know. Can you explain a bit how this one works?
Yeah, sure. We had this for some years now, and the overall system, it's probably quite familiar for most people. I mean, it's a standard cooking system with people know with liquid fuel in here.
Yeah.
And then it comes in a hard anodized, high quality aluminum, and it's all packed together. So that is old news, if you can say so.
Yeah.
So what we did for this one was that we wanted a bit more versatile. Most people don't like the liquid fuel so much. It's a bit old-fashioned. It takes a long time. Yeah. This one is included, and it works like everybody else. So that perfectly works. But if you want a bit more effective use, you can take this part out, but you can also take this part out. And that means you now have you still have the windscreen then, and then you can put a gas stove into it. And the new thing here is that it doesn't require any specific gas stove. It can use the one we have, but it can use any gas stove. So if you have another brand you want to prefer, or if you have one already, that one can be used too. So it's quite universal because any base style can be used. Because it's simply just an opening now. Yeah. And then you can either, can use, if you have a pot support here, you can use that, but you can also use this one and it fits into these ones. So you can also regulate the heat. Yeah, and this one supports even a big pot if you like.
The slot system like this, that's unique to Robens?
That's unique to us. So the unique part is that you can adjust the height. You can have this pretty stable grill. So again, if you want to use an even bigger one, you can do that. And then, as I said, the part of taking this out and use a universal burner inside. That's a new stuff, this one.
Pretty cool. Now, there's also a new mattress.
Yeah, we have a couple of new mattresses. Yeah.
Then we move over to the mattresses. Yeah. The Rapturous. It looks like a very comfortable mattress.
And that's the whole idea, honestly. I mean, it's the new thing, working with air, which is a new thing in the outdoor industry, or been for some years now, is that you have the options to bring something which is very comfortable and still quite compact. Yeah. So a mat like this one, you see it's 12 centimeter thick. It's quite stable. They have a lot of actually stabilizers inside. So there's some non-stretch strings attached on each side. So compared to most air products, it's a lot more stable. Yeah. So it feels like sleeping in bed, honestly. It's just about a bit more than a kilo. So you can actually bring it in your backpack if you like to. Be really luxurious in a small tent, but it's also great for a bigger tent. So if you still want to sleep a bit like home, but want something that doesn't take up too much space in either as a pack or in the car, this is great.
And there's a filling with Primaloft?
There's Primaloft inside, so there's a layer just underneath there that gives it a lot better insulation value than just an airbed. So it's actually something you can use from very early spring to late fall.
Oké. Ja, en weet je wat nou zo leuk is? Dat als je dit aanraakt, hè, dan is het net of het een perzikenhuidje is. Het peachy effect noemen ze dat bij Robens. Ja, dat was het Robens nieuws voor 2017.